Hey guys, today I'm going to share with you how to make ground beef stew. And it combines some ground beef and vegetables in a rich and savory broth. And honestly, this has become a staple in our house. I love this stew. It's one of my favorite stews because it has all the flavors of a traditional beef stew minus the thyme. And this is the perfect, warm, cozy, hearty dish that hopefully will become a staple in your house as well. Okay, so let's get started. Here I have 3 carrots. I already peeled them. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and slice them up. I don't want them too thick, so about like, I don't know, whoopsie, like a 1/4 of an inch to 1/3 of an inch. Not too thick, just because I want them to cook up a lot quicker. So if I had like big wedges of carrots, it'll take some time to cook. So this soup is perfect for cold, chilly nights. We are in the month of January, so it is pretty cold. I mean, as cold as it gets in Southern California. But honestly, I would make this any time of the year. It's so delicious, and once you get the prep work done, it's like a one-pot meal, an easy one-pot meal. And like I mentioned, it's just like a traditional beef stew minus the thyme, because we are gonna swap out the chuck roast for ground beef, and it's gonna cook up a lot quicker, and this is just the easier version. Okay, so I'm done with the carrots. I'm gonna get going on our potatoes. Okay, so for the potatoes, normally I would use 2 large potatoes, but since these ones are on the smaller side, I threw in a little small, cute potato here. And for my soups and stews, I'm gonna show you guys how I usually like to cut them up. And what I do is I just cut it into like 1/4 inch slices, roughly. And then after I slice them up, I take the slices and I cut them into 4ths. So I go do a little cross here. So they're in this little shape like this. And I don't know, that's just the way I like to cut them when I make my soups and stews. They cook up a lot quicker, and like I said, I just like the shape rather than dicing them. So lately, because it has been chilly, I've been experimenting with lots of soup and stew recipes. And like I mentioned, I love this one just because like I love ground beef. I'm a meat eater. I love meat. I did make a shrimp and corn chowder a couple weeks ago. If you guys want to check out that video, which my son and my husband love that because we all love meat and seafood. But if we had to pick one, I'm more of a meat gal and they love their seafood. So this one in particular is my favorite so far. I mean, you just cannot go wrong with beef stew. It's a traditional classic for a reason. All right, so I'm pretty much done with the potatoes. I'm gonna go ahead and grab the rest of the ingredients for the recipe. All right, so for the recipe, we are also going to be needing a diced onion. I have 4 cloves of minced garlic here. I have 3 tablespoons of flour. I have a carton of beef broth. We're gonna be using this entire carton. And then just to flavor up our broth a little bit, we're gonna add a little soy sauce and a little bit of Worcestershire sauce. And that's gonna make our broth nice, delicious, and savory and rich. And at the end, we're gonna add in some peas, so get a little bit of some green color in. And as I was putting out the ingredients, I totally forgot. Yesterday I went to the grocery store and I forgot to buy the baguette. So usually with all my soups and stews, I love some crusty bread, and I'm really bummed that this morning I woke up and I did not see a baguette in here, but we have to get on with the show. I'll probably just toast up I have some sourdough, sliced sourdough in the fridge, so maybe that'll work, or I can buy some later, but for the video's sake, I do not have the baguette. I'm sorry. Anyways, let's get cooking. Meet me over at the stove. All right, so I've got my pot heated over medium-high heat. I'm gonna go in and add in some oil along with 1 pound of ground beef. And start breaking up the meat, and I'm gonna cook it until it's completely cooked through. It's still slightly a little frozen here. I was trying to defrost the meat. All right, so our ground beef is looking good. It is nice and browned. So I'm gonna go in with the diced onions, as well as the minced garlic. Heavy pinch of salt here. And I'm gonna continue to cook for about 3 minutes. want to get our onions nice and softened. You could cook this the other way around first. You could saute the garlic and the onions and then add in the beef. I'm so used to cooking the ground beef first because I used to drain all the fat. But this is pretty lean, so I didn't drain the beef at all. So that's the reason why I went in with the beef first, is because I'm used to it. But yes, you could do it the other way. Cook the onions and garlic up first and then add in the ground beef. All right, this is looking good. So I'm gonna add in the 3 tablespoons of flour, and this is going to help get our stew nice and thickened. Go ahead and just mix until you no longer see white lumps. And all right, it's time to add in the beef broth. So I'm gonna add this entire carton of beef broth. I'm gonna do it in increments. I'm gonna pour some. Give it a little stir. Make sure to scrape the bottom of the pan. Pour a little more, mix a little more, and we're just gonna go in with the rest of it. All right, so I'm gonna also go in with 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. This is going to give our stew some nice flavor. And in addition to that, 3 tablespoons of Worcestershire. And that's 3. I'm also gonna go in with some salt, fresh cracked pepper, lots of it. Also going to add in the carrots along with our potatoes. So pretty much the beef is cooked through. If I was using chuck roast, this will take a very long time, about an hour and a half. 2 hours. All we're waiting on now is for our carrots and our potatoes to get nice and tender. So once that's cooked through, we are through. We'll add some peas and then we are through. All right, so now that it has come to a full-on boil, I'm going to lower the heat to medium-low, and then I'm gonna cover and cook it until the potatoes are nice and tender, and the carrots as well. And this will take about 20 minutes, so I'll see you guys in 20 minutes. All right, so it's been about 20 minutes. Let's go ahead and take a look. All right, so now it's time to add in the peas. I have some frozen peas here. I'm gonna add about 2 cups worth. You could add as much as you like. I love peas. My husband doesn't really care for them, but he's okay with them in this beef stew. But yes, add as much or as little, or if you don't even want to add them at all, totally fine. You could add in more carrots or whatever veggies you like. You know what? I'm actually gonna add just a tad more because I need more peas in my life. I don't eat it often and I do love them. All right, so now that it has come to a boil, I'm gonna go ahead and pop the lid back on and cook it for another 5 minutes. All right, it's been about 5 minutes. Let's go ahead and check if our potatoes and our carrots are nice and tender. Just go ahead and grab a spoon and then gently press on it. And if it just goes right through, it is nice and tender and ready for you. Let's check on our carrots. Carrots are nice and tender, perfection. All right, we are ready to serve this up. Cannot wait. Check it out, guys. Wouldn't you want to get cozy with this rich, hearty, and delicious bowl of beef stew? All right, you guys, it is my favorite time of this video. It is time for the taste test. And I'm just really excited because it is looking really good. I'm gonna try to grab a bite with everything, a little carrot, a little potato, meat, peas, some of that delicious broth. All right, you guys, I'm going in. Cheers. So good. If you choose to make any super stew this season, choose this one. It is so delicious. I think this is one that everyone is going to love. It has a tender ground beef. The potatoes and carrots are perfectly tender, and the peas, it kind of gives us a little bit from sweetness from the carrot and the peas. And then the Worcestershire sauce with the soy sauce adds a little bit of flavor, and you gotta season, always season your food because it just brings out the flavor. But yes, so good, you guys. You can't go wrong with this one. And look what I found in my fridge. Dinner rolls. Remember I told you I forgot to buy that baguette earlier or yesterday? Dinner rolls will work just fine. Great for dipping. Perfection. Thank you for spending time with me in my kitchen. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you make this recipe. If you haven't already, please go ahead and like and subscribe to my channel. That will definitely help me out. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.